This is a charter granted by Robert, King of Scots of most worthy memory, to the burgesses and community of our said borough of Renfrew, and their successors dated at Linlithgow, the 10th day of November and 8th year of the reign of the said king. Of all and hail the said borough of Renfrew, with the hail fissions of the water of Clyde by right and use belonging to the same, according to the old bounds and divisions thereof, together with the farms of the said borough.
So when Renfrew first became a borough is not known for absolutely certain. What we do know is that in 1141 King David I, in a charter granted to the Abbey Church of Holyrood, gifted a toft of land in my borough of Renfrew with the draft of 1 salmon net and the right to fish for herrings. Now we also know that during the centuries that followed, those charters were changed several times until the final one that we now honour still to this day, and that was a charter granted by Queen Anne in 1703. The charter deemed that it was necessary that in order to preserve those salmon fishing rights, the waters be fished every 3 years.
We were determined that we were not going to let this pandemic stop us carrying out the traditions of the past and the traditions that everyone holds dear. So we decided that we would just do it a little differently this time, and it's very sad that we can't have the community involved today, but I'm here and I'm going to cast the net myself and keep that tradition alive.
The tradition is so steeped in Renfrew history that we felt it was important that we still at least went and cast the net. I'm sure that nobody would have held us to account for not doing it, but we just felt it was important that we still do it, that the Provost went, cast the net out to retain the salmon fishing rights. But it was a very, very different experience, very surreal, but I think the Renfrew people will be quite happy that we did do that.
The community really engaged with this event, and they look forward to it every 3 years. And the last time we held it was in 2017, and we just didn't have enough places. We went out on a boat, we gave places to the local community on that boat, and we had a wonderful afternoon. It was so relaxed and enjoyable, it really was. And it just shows you that although these traditions are precious and taken seriously, they can have a fun time with them too.
Very well dressed gentleman walking down the stairs smoking his cigarette. I don't think that that would be acceptable today. It seems that everyone is very, very formal back in those days. They're all very well dressed with hats or caps or beautiful coats, flowers in the lapel, and the women are very well dressed too. And here comes the Provost, getting a collie back from a rowing boat. How funny is that? Can't imagine anyone carrying me like that. He's having a good old time to himself, a good laugh. Oh, watch the chain. I think that might be the Renfrew Provost chain he has on, which is now in the museum. It's interesting to note the size of the nets that they have there, because it is absolutely huge, certainly much bigger than the one that we use today. There's the Provost with his catch, huge big lovely clean salmon. Looks like it's been brought in straight from the fishmonger. Certainly not straight out of that water, that's for sure. And they're enjoying a wee dram after all that hard work catching that big lovely clean fish. It's interesting that it's mainly men that have participated in the actual ceremony. There are no ladies involved in this. I wonder what they would think about the way we do things now. So here they are putting their wellies on, getting organised, taking off their beautifully polished shoes. Big wellies on, big rain jackets. Oh, there's a Provost there beside the police officers. They're getting more collybacks. Don't know why they didn't just wear waders and they could have walked off themselves. This is probably only a few years later, this film, from the first one, yet they're doing things so differently. All these men are having a great laugh, not a woman in sight How things have changed. Oh, health and safety, we would have a field day with these activities back then. They're having a little drink. So that seems to be a tradition that has been forgotten, is the sharing of a dram. Again, things are the same. They're all so very well dressed. And there's the Erskine Bridge, which must have been quite new then. There's a... Okay, the yellow sou'wester goes on before the Provost chain. Oh my goodness, how funny do they look? They're like Paddington Bear. The police are involved here. I mean, this is an interesting aspect that the police are here, and they seem to be taking the actual party from the larger boat to cast the nets, which is something that doesn't happen now. I certainly wouldn't have the energy to cast and pull in one of those nets. It is huge. And again, they're carrying on their tradition with their wee half after they cast the net, but there's not a fish here, no sign of a salmon. Oh, I know one of the councillors here. That's my best friend's father. Wow, he was Councillor Owen McMahon, who was a councillor in Renfrew. That is wonderful to see him. Now this is different. This is very formal. It's a very formal dinner here. The last film showed us a much more relaxed atmosphere, and they were having a drink and having something to eat. But this is a lot more formal, which I don't think would work well today. I don't think people would want that. This is a 2017 trip. This is the first one that I done. I think I became Provost in May, and that was later on in the year. We actually had a tea on the boat, and it was lovely. It was really, really nice. Lots of local people from Renfrew. Some of my own family were there actually, who live in Renfrew. They came along and they had an absolutely great time. And it was organised so well, and I think the people felt so relaxed because it was less formal. We brought along an expert in marine biology, Willie Yeoman.
In most of our lifetimes, there were no salmon in the Clyde at all. This is our panda. This is our dolphin.
He gave us all a talk on the health of the river, and he also brought along some baby salmon, young salmon with him. And we had Alec Cathcart giving us a wee story about the whole ritual, the ceremony and how it came to be, and showed us a little film.
Here we are downriver. Over there you can see the river leaving, coming in to join the Clyde at the old Dumbarton Rock.
So you can see as they're holding the little net, it was a little net. It really is just a ceremony. We're not actually trying to catch any fish, but the net is so much smaller than the others that you've seen so far. No sou'westers, no wellies, no nothing like that. No lit cigarettes or drams on the shore, nothing. So although the ceremony's still the same, the actual details of it are much different, but the meaning is still there. It was an absolute honour to be Provost and get to do that, to get to cast that net, to retain the salmon fishing rights. To carry out such an important tradition meant the world to me, and I know that the Renfrew people would absolutely love it. So please, go if you can. It's a magical experience that you won't forget. And I know that the Renfrew people will enjoy many, many more trips in the future.